All right, guys, welcome to HBCU football. It's here, guys. We just had the Southern Jaguars to fall to the NCCU Eagles this past weekend, and we're getting ready for a good one here in the Houston area, where the 40th Labor Day Classic is about to go down. I'm Kyle T. Mosley of HBCU Legends. Thank you for watching and being with us today. We're going to give you a little bit about what the coaches had to say at the press conference today. At first, it wasn't quite much. Then Chris Dishman kept poking the bear. That bear, Tremaine Jackson. And then Coach Jackson had some very interesting things to say afterward with our one-on-ones. And also Chris Dishman, he talked a little bit about his team. But you could tell this is a different atmosphere than from the previous administrations when Clarence McKinney was leading the Texas Southern Tigers, as well as Bubba McDowell over at Prairie View. These guys don't really know one another that well, and there was a lot of tension in the air at the press conference. But I want you to hear it for yourself. First up is Athletic Director Anton Goff. He's going to talk about what happened. You hear it for yourself. And I broke these things down in little segments, so hope you enjoy.
So first of all, I want to thank Sam for introducing me up here. Welcome to our 40th. It is exciting. For me, this is my third Labor Day Classic. And so, 2 years ago, when I was at this press conference, was my very first day on the job. And so I came in not knowing what was to be expected. And what I can tell you is that I love this game. I love this rivalry. I love the rivalry because it's emotional and because obviously we are so close proximity that we've got so many familiarities. But I love the rivalry because it is also a huge respected rivalry. For me, and I can say this honestly, when we're not playing TSU, I'm actually rooting for those guys, right? And that's because of all the relationships, the personal relationships that we have because it's so close. Like there's so many people who either have gone to TSU, gone to PV, or done both, right? And so a lot of the households within the Houston area are split, right? And so that's what makes a great rivalry, but that's what makes it a respected rivalry. Excited for our head coach to have his first game here. Obviously, we expect to win the game, and we're not going to back down from that. We come here every year. We think that when we come down here, whether we're in PV, it's a home game for us, right? And so that's just the way we feel. The standard is the standard, and we're going to see Saturday. And like I said, after the game, I wish Coach Dishman all the best in the world. Like we talked about before, is that we take pride in Texas football. And so we think the SWAC should run through Houston. Now, obviously, I think the SWAC should run through Prairie View. But if I can't win it, I want him to win it, right? And so, my days off that we're not playing, if TSU's playing, I come down here and come to the game and root them on. And so I'd say all that to tell you that's the type of rivalry this is, and that's the respect we have. And so looking forward to it. Good luck to you, Coach. Good luck to TSU. Thank you.
Afternoon. I bring greetings from Texas Southern University, Chairman of the Board, the Honorable Mr. Simmons, and President Crawford. We want to thank everybody for coming out here today to this press conference to promote this wonderful rivalry game, the 40th Annual Labor Day Classic right here at Shell Energy Stadium. If you haven't already, please get your tickets. Tickets are available on tsusports.com. Make sure you download the SeatGeek app. We're looking for an exciting game this Saturday. It's great to have Coach Jackson back on Tigerland, the former Texas Southern football player and former coach. We want to thank A.D. Goff and his staff and his department for all they've done to help promote this game. Coach Dishman and his staff are prepared and ready to go, ready to continue the success that they ended last season with. We're looking forward to continuing our success this season as we make our trek down to the SWAC championship game and to the Celebration Bowl in Atlanta. Everybody is coming out for a big game and a good time. I think we're going to continue to say our band started this past weekend at the Battle of the Bands, with the band having a good showing. We're continuing to do good things on Texas Southern. It's a great week ahead. We have Marseille Martin on campus this weekend. So we're looking for a lot of good things, and we're looking forward to having a lot of success this football season as well. And so on behalf of our Texas Southern Athletic Department, we thank everybody for coming. Look forward to seeing you on Saturday. Thank you so much.
Okay, we got a little technical situation going on, but we're going to bring you Tremaine Jackson up, and he's going to talk a little bit about his thoughts on the Labor Day Classic.
Good afternoon. I know I talk a lot. People probably think I'm going to get up here and say something. I really don't have anything to say. We're looking forward to coming back to Houston, where I'm from, in a stadium that I've never been able to get a part to be in, which I'm excited about, just being and playing on the surface out there, and having our team ready to go. We've been in camp for a really long time. We're really excited to see what our product is and to see if we are what we think we are, and to play a really good opponent. So we're excited. Everybody's going to talk about how excited they are. My family will be here. I'm quite sure everybody's family will be here. But it should be a good time here on Saturday at 7 o'clock. Go Panthers.
Okay, a very abbreviated first talk from Tremaine Jackson at the press conference, but let's hear from Coach Dishman.
University, without further ado, Chris Dishman.
Well, I wasn't ready to speak so quickly. I thought Tremaine was going to be up here a lot longer than that, you know. So I guess I got to get my speech together. It's always exciting to play in a game like this. Of course, our fans, our alums, and everybody will be excited. First and foremost, I'd like to thank Tremaine for his wonderful song he gave us. I wonder if he can sing that song after. I think it was something Atlanta or something you were singing one day.
Houston this weekend.
Oh yeah, you was horrible. So I think you'll be able to keep your day job and coach and not sing. But first and foremost, I'd like to thank everybody for coming out. It's going to be a very exciting game, and it's a formula that I go by: win third down, win the red zone, less penalties than your opponent, and you should win the game. Our 11 is better than their 11. It's not about Tremaine and I, it's about our 11. Our 11 is better than their 11, and we should win the game. First and foremost, thank you, Tremaine, for coming out to seeing the stadium. Make sure when you leave that you take a piece of grass, because when you leave on Saturday, you're going to be taking a lot of grass. And also, thank you for wearing the Texas Southern colors too. All right.
I shall not be moved. Okay. All right, guys, that's going to do it. That's a very, very short press conference. I realize that, but the bottom line is it is a press conference, and you're here to get information. So the media is here, coaches, ADs, Director of Compliance, they are all available to you, I assume. Director of Compliance, certainly? Okay, and I know that these gentlemen are as well. Anything else that we need to share?
Texas A&M right now, and Texas Southern. That was the first one.
1984.
Okay, You notice how short the press conference was, but those guys got a little bit more comfortable and they started talking to the media a little bit later. I did ask a couple of questions and I got some terse responses from both men, and we're going to show that a little bit later. But I wanted you guys to hear this is Ralph Cooper. If you guys don't know Coop has 56 years of broadcasting experience here in the Houston area. He's one of the few black men that had their own standalone radio show across America, talking about sports, and I'll talk about black men. And Coop has been doing it for quite a long time. He's a Hall of Famer. He was there at the Rumble in the Jungle with both Ali as well Farman's camps, and he's interviewed legendary figures across the world. Now, Coop has been he was the only one in the room that has been at every one of the Labor Day Classics. And he was also at the first one, which was really between Texas Southern and Texas A&I. So he gave us a little bit of a lesson, and that's what he's talking about here. So listen up to Ralph Cooper.
It's Kingsville, Texas A&M right now, and Texas Southern. That was the first one. 1984.
What's
And you
it
want to
like?
know who won?
Who won?
Who do you think won? Texas A&M won.
So what's it like to see all these into where it is now?
It's a blessing because, like I was telling Kyle, most of the people who were around when I was around, I'm talking about really kicking, are gone. They're not coaching anymore. They're in heaven coaching, mentoring future coaches who are coming out of heaven. And to see what's happening with these young guys now in a stadium like this to play in the opening game. I remember when this was the last game of the season. Guess how many people were there? You could fit them in here.
Really?
Because both teams were losing. So a plan was made to get the SWAC to allow them to play the first game of the season, TSU and Prairie View, which means one will be in first place now in their division, which was a wise move. Dr. Calvin White and Dr. Thurman Roberts, they were the athletic directors at that time. A little history.
You better come get him now.
A little history.
Come get him now.
Yeah.
That's my intern.
Well, cool. When it comes to this game and the significance of this game, like you said, 41 have been played, but this is the 40th between Texas Southern and Prairie View. How do you feel everything's been received by the public as well as these coaches?
I don't think most people understand the magnitude of this game. See, because what happened years ago, we knew the names of the players. Now they've got a thing where the coaches, the players,
They don't want to name the players.
players are like invisible men. Maybe they should go back and read what Eddie Robinson and Marino Cassim and John Merritt did back in the day when they put the players out front. And that's why people come to see coaches, but they also come to see players. And they've got some great players on both of these teams. Many of them have Houston area connections. And I think, personally, they should pump the players up.
Highlight the players.
Yes, why not? Why not? I mean, they did it back in the day, and it worked. Can you imagine Doug Williams in a game like this and you don't call Doug Williams' name? Can you imagine even going back further, Eldridge Dickey, or Walter Payton, or Dr. Doom, Robert Brazil, and you don't call their names? And then if this would really be a problem, if you knew the people who played at Texas Southern and Prairie View back in the day, and you said you're not calling Ernie Holmes his name, you're not calling Kenny Burroughs' name, you're not calling Otis Taylor or Kenny Houston's name or Bob Atkins' name,
Michael Strahan.
Guess what would happen?
What?
They put their hands on you on the football field. When
They put their hands on you.
Yeah. So, I mean, to each his own, but it should be a great football game and a great halftime show. No matter how old you get, you love to watch the halftime shows.
I wonder why. Thank you, Cole. Okay, guys, that was the legendary Ralph Cooper bringing us some history, dropping some knowledge on us. Let's hear from Tremaine Jackson, one-on-one.
And I played there. My family went to school there. Half of them went to Prairie View A&M. A lot of people, a lot of high expectations. But for us, it's big because it's our first opportunity to showcase our product. I want our kids to prove that they are who they say they are. Got a lot of kids over sharing with somebody else. Got a lot of kids, a lot of stories. I'm eager for you guys to get to learn our kids' stories because football has changed their lives. Regardless of what people think about how we recruit and how we go about business, and we're here to change lives. And this game, this brown ball with white stripes has changed their life for the better. They've got degrees, they've got internships, they're getting jobs. And so we don't really, the business of ball is the business of changing lives for us. We're not up here cracking crackerjack jokes. That's not us. It's not what we do. We're about really saving people's lives. And when you look in our building, there's a lot of young men. There's 105 young men that lives have been changed because of what our coaches have been able to pour into them and other coaches. And so it's a big deal because it's a week for us to be able to come off the hill and show everybody that product in front of what we hope is a good crowd.
Looks like the intensity is already there. You made the transition from player to coach. But I want to ask you, at the coach's level, what's that like for you?
Yeah, we tell our guys all the time, this is and always will be about us. When you're a coach, you understand that even more. As a player, you hear it and you go, that's just Coach speak. As a coach, man, the only people that can beat the Prairie View A&M Panthers is the Prairie View A&M Panthers. And so we have to do a really good job of making sure we're okay within what we do and how we go about our business the rest of the week. Just because we're at a press conference today, we can't play the game tomorrow. We still got to prepare the rest of the week. And Saturday night at 7, we'll see if we got that right or not. And so, but definitely a big difference. I used to tease coaches all the time and make jokes of them. Now I call them back and tell them I'm sorry because I totally understand what it is that they were going through, especially dealing with us young whippersnappers, as they say.
Yeah, I could see the intensity, or could see the intensity in what you were doing and what you were saying, and the look on your face. Talk about that intensity.
We're about business. We're about business, man. Listen, football is what we do. We're in the business of winning. We're going to take care of business now. Like, we didn't come all this way. I didn't come here because I'm from here. We didn't do that. We came here because we expect to win, and not just win game one. We expect to win championships. And everybody going to say that week 1. Not everybody's there week 14. Not everybody. By week 6, people really stop talking about that. And so here's what we tell our kids. 2 teams in every tunnel pumped up. Somebody's lying. Somebody's lying. And so we got to make sure that we're not the liar on Saturday night.
Talk about your alumni. You got those guys together. You told me over 80 were able to come back to the Hill. How important was that and significant for the players to see the alumni there to support them?
Now, when you go back to the history of Prairie View A&M football since 1907, and you really just read all the different teams and coaches that we've had. I'm the 35th head coach there. Man, the 34 guys before me had their own set of struggles, and they were able to endure in spite of whatever. And so when you get a chance to see the players from those teams come back and the great pride that is taken in the university, then you respect it on a different level. Now, I played at the other place. That pride ain't there. I played there, and I don't have that pride in it. And not because I work here, but it's just not like that everywhere. And so we understand anytime we can get our guys together, whether you were part of the losing streak or whether you were part of the 2009 championship and everything in between and beyond, it's just good to get back in the fellowship of ball. We had guys get jobs that day. We had guys, supervisors that played there, talking to our guys about internships and real jobs. And that's what it's about. When you're in this fraternity called football, man, you should be able to, if you're doing the right things, you should be able to connect, network, and do the right things with people and hopefully help yourself be successful, not just on the field, but off the field, and we strive to do both.
And talk about your coaches, the ones who came with you to the program, how great it is to have that camaraderie as well as solidify what you guys are doing, the message to the young people as well.
Yeah, you know, all our coaches, all 23 of them are doing a really good job. The 7 that we brought with us, they helped us lay a foundation very quick, and it made it seamless, especially on the defensive side of the ball, because they just picked up from where we were and came into where we are. But what I really love about all our coaches is all of us know what success looks like. So we're not cutting any corners. We're not wishing and hoping on what we've done individually, but we're doing it. We know what it looks like collectively. And so it's been a really smooth transition. Coaches are excited to be here, which that's not the case at a lot of places. I've worked at some places where the head coach wasn't even excited to be there, let alone some of the assistants. And so we made sure that our coaches were comfortable. They're able to get in their groove and really work and get our guys over the finish line.
All right. Thank you, Coach. All right. Tell us, who are we here with? Okay, if you guys don't know this young lady, this is the First Lady of Texas Southern Football, Jennifer Dishman. So we wanted to just kind of get a behind-the-scene perspective and her thoughts on how it is to be the First Lady supporting a head football coach. Listen up.
Oh, with Texas Southern University and Coach Chris Dishman and staff.
But you specifically.
Oh, me. Okay. Well, I am Jennifer Tebow Dishman. I'm Coach Dishman's wife.
She's the First Lady, guys. She's being modest. Are you going to school again this season?
No, I'm done.
You're done?
I have graduated from law school, so I'm in the process of getting licensed, and
Yeah.
I'm excited.
How do you see Coach Dishman this season, second season going into this? Is he more relaxed?
You know, it's a mixed bag, especially as you get very close to the season. But it has a different level of calmness,
Yeah.
I would say. I think, again, he talked about this in his press conference. His players really, I think, give him that calmness. He's got such senior leadership, and it shows. So when we do things like go to church together, like we just did, or have meals, the family is growing, and it feels good.
Good. Your family is doing pretty well.
Yes.
Talk about your daughter and the son. Both of them in athletics as well, right?
Absolutely. So the oldest out of those two, the daughter, she's in Germany. She's turned pro. And so we're excited about her. I don't know German yet, but let's good luck. Yeah, exactly. And then our son just started college. And so he's playing football. And so he'll have his first game, I think, on our first game. And so we're looking forward to catching up with stats. And I know we will have 2 wins come this Saturday.
All right. As a First Lady, how does it make you feel, or is there a lot of responsibility for you supporting Coach Dishman?
Absolutely. And I love it personally. It's the joy of my life to be able to be in a position to help and assist and, kind of leave it all out in the field. I grew up like that as a gymnast, like you only get one shot sometimes at things. And so you put your best everything for your brain, your body, your everything. There's no set. We were up at 3:30 this morning.
Wow.
Talking about different things that we want to make sure is, in place and what have you, because we just have a love for the students, the alumni, and just want everyone to have a good product out there.
All right. Well, thank you very much.
Thank you.
And go Tigers.
That's it.
Okay, that was Jennifer Tebow Dishman. And let's hear from Coach Dishman himself. Talk about your staff, second season with those guys. How does it feel to have that continuity?
It feels great. I got a very good staff. Just go from each coach, from Gerald Wilson, our recruiting coordinator, to Steve Smith, our offensive coach, to stand on the offensive side, Z Rollins, who's a quarterback coach, Harold Smith, who played here at Texas Southern and is an assistant quarterback coach and liaison person there. Defensively, we have Billy Parker, Matt Passwaters, Derek Matthews, who's a University of Houston legend.
Yeah.
Then we have a lot of good assistants behind them. Isaac, Tariq, TJ, DJ, Tim Walton.
Mr. Anders, running back.
Kimball Anderson. Okay, Kimball Anderson, also the running back coach. So I'm very lucky to have those guys, first and foremost, because they're football intelligence. And that's what you want around your football intelligence.
Looking at your team and looking at your staff, another season, and do you feel more comfortable this season to be able to rely on your leadership?
I do, what I did was able to talk Phil Bennett over the off season, and he was playing Monday morning quarterback with me of what I did wrong or what I did right, which is always going to listen to a guy like that because he's been coaching over 40-something years, and anytime you can coach in this league over 40-something years, I gotta listen.
Okay, good. There's a lot of energy, a lot of passion about this game. It feels like the fans are really gravitating to this. Do you get that sense on campus from the students as well as your players?
Yes, I do. You know, the thing I had to do last week was hold some players out of practice, you know, because they were very antsy, ready to play.
Yeah.
I had to hold them out of practice. I told them, I don't want to pick them too soon.
Gotcha.
Our guys are ready. We know the importance of this game, and we're going to put a full effort to win this game.
Are you going to have a lot of the alumni to come back to kind of be there to support you guys or talk to them, give them some
I hope so.
information?
I want the alums to come back.
Yeah.
You know, not just come for halftime. Our band is great.
Yeah.
Our band is going to be third
They looked
band.
great this past weekend.
Yes, they did. So we're going to win the game. We're going to win the band, the battle of the band also.
Yeah, you should. Well, Coach, any last words for the fans out there still undecided if they should come to support?
What else are you going to be doing? What else are you going to be doing on Saturday? And instead of come down here to Shell Indian Stadium and see the Texas Southern.
There you go. All right. Thank you, Coach.
All right.
Appreciate you. Okay, Coach Chris Dishman of Texas Southern University. All right. I think we queued it up. Here are some of the, I guess, tense moments within the press conference. And these guys didn't really want to be as open as I thought they would, but listen up.
Regards to information, don't forget the game is Saturday. You have 2 mics in your hand there, Mr. McGinty. Any reason why?
Sneaker ball right here.
Sneaker ball. All right, a couple of announcements to tell you about. We got the sneaker ball coming up, and then the golf tournament, I believe it is Thursday. Is that correct? Sneaker ball is Friday, August 29th, 7 p.m., Hilton Americas, Houston. And the sneaker ball, the Labor Day Classic, Golf Classic, is 7 a.m. Thursday. And that's going to be at the Golf Club of Houston. And then you've also got the game. So there you go. Any other questions? Any other announcements? Come on up.
Dr. Cavill, inside the HBCU Sports Lab. I wanted to ask a question for both of the coaches. I see that y'all are short on words to really get it on, but my job as a media person is to ask some questions and get y'all talk a little bit about the football team. I'm going to start with Coach Dishman in terms of what we can expect. I know both of y'all, neither of y'all will give us the starting quarterback, so we can have some focus on that. So I won't even ask that question. But in terms of offensively, what can we expect? Are you talking about running the ball a little more this year, or are we going to put it up in the air?
Well, it's hard to say right now what you expect from us. You know, we got a very good team. Our senior leadership has done a great job of controlling the team. The best team is always our player-led team, and our seniors have done a great job of leading this team. It made my job a lot easier this year than last year. So our seniors is up and ready to go. We brought in some good freshmen. We had a good recruiting class. And I'm excited, not just this year, but years and beyond, of beating Prairie.
Coach Jackson, this is for you. I know you're ready to get back down to 2 games so you can get back to work. But while we have you, to make sure you can beat traffic, I want to ask you about the defensive side of the ball. In terms of the expectation we can have, I know there's been quite a bit of turnover, but you brought a lot of guys in. Specifically looking at the defensive side of the ball, what can we expect in terms of what the defense will seek to do this weekend?
Yeah, I think when you watched college football earlier the last weekend, you saw a lot of missed tackles, misleveraging the football. We got to make sure we tackle well. We don't know anything about them really besides the players that were on the roster. We're quite sure they got new players, which guys can make people miss in the open field. So we got to do a really good job of tackling and leveraging the football properly, and then running to the football, which is a requirement to play defense for us. And so we're excited about that unit. You know, those guys have been working really hard. There has been a lot of turnover there, but we think it's good turnover.
Thank you, Coach.
For both coaches, given that this is a rivalry game, there's bragging rights on the line, and it is to start out the season, how much can a win in this game kind of give you momentum for the rest of the year?
It gives you a lot of momentum, one, for your fans, for your school, and for your team. Anytime you can beat Prairie View, it's always a one-up. And I'm sure it's a one-up when they beat us, if they do. not when they will, but if they is, which they won't. But it's always a one-up. So we're just trying to get one up and compare and prepare ourselves for the winning the West. Our goal is always to win the West. Our goal is to win in Atlanta, and that's our goal. And they're in our way of doing that.
Coach?
Yeah, I think, it's a unique situation. We start off with a divisional game, conference game, and a rivalry game all in one. Obviously, every time we walk out there to play football, we expect to win. We expect to do what it takes to win. But it is a unique situation. It's not a pressure situation, but it's very unique in the way that you prepare. There's no school of the blinds to get ready for and try some things. You got to be clicking on all cylinders, which we welcome that challenge. Man, we've been here before. This ain't my first rodeo as a head football coach. And so we understand how to get ready for some of those things, and we look forward to it, and our kids look forward to it. And that's probably the biggest thing for me. Our players have done a really good job. Everybody says you can't bring in this many players and get them all on the same page. Our players have done a good job of getting themselves on the same page, and they're respectful. We've got the highest GPA we've ever had in the history of our school, and not a lot of people talk about academics because we think it's just about football, but if you're not right there, you're not going to be right on Saturday night. And so we look to prove that we are who we say we are, what we think we are, and let the chips fall where they may.
This is for both coaches. It's Kyle Mosley from HBCU Legends on Sports Illustrated. Coach Stishman, talk about last year you surprised everybody by winning the trophy and reclaiming it for the Tigers. You talked about your senior leadership. Who are some of those guys that we need to pay attention to? Who are the leaders in your locker room?
Well, I have to correct you when you say surprise, because we were expected to win that game. It wasn't a surprise. Now maybe the outside world was surprised, but inside that locker room we wasn't surprised. That was part of our plan, was to win that game. You go into the season, try to go 11-0, first and foremost. So every game we win, we're never surprised about winning. We were expected, and we're expected to win this week, this Saturday. That's part of our goal.
And who are those leaders?
We got a lot of, we have about 15 guys coming in. It's new. We got from the portal, the new guys that come in and fit right in with the team. Our guys who was there accept those guys. So you will see them on Saturday for sure.
And Coach Jackson, who are your leaders?
Yeah, we don't talk a lot about names, man, because it's not about individuals. It's about us. And so therefore we don't give out names to people. You'll tell me who the leaders are. You'll tell me who the best players are by what you write about, what you talk about on the different media stations and outlets and things of that nature. So we really don't get involved with that. What we try to do is keep our head down and to the ground and doing what we're supposed to be doing, which, man, we came here to be successful. We make no qualms about that. I didn't leave where I was to come here to be anything less than elite. And so our players understand that. Our AD said that a long time ago. We just adhering to what the department is.
Thank you.
Coach Jackson. Coach Jackson, Kim Davis from Choctaw. What would you say is the identity of your team? How would you describe that?
Dogmatic. And we talk a lot about being disciplined, obedient, having a lot of grit, man, which we take the first three letters from those three words. Dog. We said that since before I met the players in person. That's who we are. That's what we're about. That's how we go to work. There's a lot of people scared to do things the way that we do. We're not scared of them. There's a lot of people that bow down to young people. We don't do that. And so there's no bubble gum and butterflies in our program. We are who we are. We're hard-nosed. Don't stand on 360s and dance with them in recruiting and do anything like that. We tell them exactly who we are, and they choose to be a part of it, and they adhere to how we do things, which is why we've had the successes in the places we've had successes at. We expect no different here at Prairie View A&M.
And Coach Stishman, what would you say is the identity of your team?
We got high football IQ guys. Coach Tremaine mentioned dogs. I won't mention that word dogs. Our young men would never be dogs. Our young men, the educated young men, and the God-fearing young men. And that's why I expect our guys to understand my culture. They understand what I expect. They understand what I want. But I would never call a young man a dog because he's He's not. He's an individual who go out there and work for us.
Okay, that was Coach Dishman as well as Coach Jackson. Those guys had their say in what they believe for their programs, but ultimately is going to be settled on the field between their football players. And that's one thing I think we don't do enough of is spotlighting the young players who we come to see and come to support, especially fans as well as families come to see those players. They need to understand that the coaches are behind those players, not just because we recruited them, not just because we give them scholarships or whatever, but also giving them the feature that they need from time to time. So fans do want to know who the players are, who to support, and who to really go and cheer for each time they go to the games. That's just my opinion. I want to hear your opinion. I want to see what you guys think as well. But before we get off the line, I think this is going to be a great matchup coming on Saturday night. It's going to be at Shell Energy Stadium. If you're here in the Houston area or anywhere around the Houston area, you may want to be there. So if you look at this, it's been a great game, a great matchup. And I think all in all, it's going to showcase two up and coming programs here in the Southwestern Athletic Conference. So, should we have more information? Yes, we're going to have more information on HBCU Legends on Sports Illustrated. So, go to our SI site. You can always go to hbculegends.net, not .com, .net, and it will take you directly to the site. Or you can be able to follow us at HBCU Legends on SI, and you can go to all of our social media channels as well. Will the Tigers be able to repeat as champions and be able to take home that Labor Day Classic trophy once again? Or will Tremaine Jackson bring the Panthers down from the hill and ride into Houston and dominate? We shall see. Follow us. I will have more about this game. We have another press conference that will take place on Wednesday. Hope to be there. Hope you guys follow us on HBCU Legends. Take care. Have a good evening.